Good evening. So we are doing the Bhagavad Gita continuation, and this is chapter 10. We had completed till verse 20. Now, in the last satsang, that what we had done was Arjuna had asked Krishna a lot of questions. He wanted to know whether Krishna can tell him who exactly he is. What are the different forms that he has? These forms are unique to Krishna. Though he says that I know who you are that absolute divine consciousness, you are the Parabrahma, you are way beyond the divine unmanifest also. I have this complete idea, you are eternal. But yet, if you can tell me who exactly you are and what you are. So Sri Krishna is giving him a reply. In that he says that I have divine glories. That means I am a lot of things in this universe. From the part of before creation to after creation and beyond into the heavens as well as the yonder worlds. So he is just giving him an introduction. Then he says, I am not only the beginning, the middle as well as the end. I am everything. So there is not a place where I am not. So now we will begin with the next verse. We are doing Srimad Bhagavad Gita Chapter 10, verse 21 onwards. Now I am going to go fast in the next couple of verses because it is Krishna's way of saying who he is and what does he represent. So before we begin this verse, let me tell you, he is going to say he is the highest, the ultimate, there is nothing beyond that. So even if you take a simplest object also, he would be called the highest. Alright? So let us see what he says in verse 21 from chapter 10 Bhagavad Gita. I am Vishnu among the 12 sons of Aditi and the radiant sun among the luminaires. I am the glow of the Maruts and the moon, the lord of the stars. Now, Aditi is the mother of Adityas and various other, that is including Rudras and all. Now, she is the mother of everybody. Now, this is in the past, way back when it all started. So, now in some of the scriptures, it is mentioned that she had 9 sons like these, which were the Vishnus, which they are said. They are Adityas, they are called sun gods. But here, Sri Krishna is telling us that I am Vishnu among the 12 sons of Aditi. So among the 12 sons, I am that Vishnu. That is the ultimate form that he's talking about. Among the luminaires, the one that is brightly lighting up the whole universe, that is the sky. So sun is also Aditi's son. Sun. So he says, I am also the sun, also the moon. Now Aditi had children. Now amongst them, there is this funny story where the moon is very much attracted to another star. So that is why it is said that he loses that sheen. That is why you have seen, the moon starts becoming smaller and smaller, and then we have the Amvasya, and then he starts all over again. It's because he was admiring Rohini. It's another star. So it's a funny story. So take that into consideration. He says, I am also the moon, the lord of the stars. We are doing verse 22 now. Chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita. Among the Vedas, I am the Samved. Among the gods, I am Indra. Among the organs of perception, I am the mind. and I am consciousness, life, energy in living beings. Now, here again he is giving us these different things. Vedas. See, where the Vedas are concerned, Samved is a very tiny Veda. Okay, it has got just 1500 odd verses right now, in which most of the verses are coming from the Rig Veda only. So, and it is poetical form. It's basically a poetry song, you can say. All right. So, in that song, there is a lot of description. There are two of the what we call, if we have to take into consideration the in-depth meaning. So there are only two of them inside that. So basically Samved is a hodgepodge of the Rig Veda. It's a combination. Certain things are taken from there. You can't read it, read it normally like things you can read in prose. It's in the poetical form. So you have to say it in a poetry. You have to maybe take an instrument and just recite it. Got it? So it has got two Upanishads in it. All right, there are two Upanishads in that. So Krishna is saying, it's like literally we are taking the essence of this Vedas and putting them in Samved, like that. So Krishna says, I am the Samved. Then he says, among the gods, I am the Indra. Indra, as you know very well, is called the king of gods. He is the most lascivious god of all. He has got eyes on every person, you name it. But he is the king. The king. Please remember this. He is the king of gods, and he is always afraid that somebody is going to take his throne away. That is why he does all kinds of nonsensical activities. Many a times he is found on earth doing all kinds of funny things. Like, all right. But he is called the king of gods. Everybody is afraid of him. All right. And he has got that wonderful elephant, he has got the wonderful horse, he has got a wonderful wife, and even after having a wonderful wife, he is looking at somebody else. This is the way in which he is. So Indra Dev is like that. Now, if you have to ask, what is the meaning of the word Indra Dev? See, Indra, in the next line he is saying, among the organs of perception, I am the mind. What you perceive, what you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you feel, what you smell, what you taste, these are the organs of perception from which we come to know a lot of things. Those who have eyes can see things, they are perception. But they have to talk to the super boss of these perception organs. And that is called the mind. Now, always remember, mind is much more powerful and strong in a human being. And everything stems from the mind. This is a truth which you should accept. Please remember this. You can overcome anything in this world. You can lift fancy weights, you can lift a lot of stuff, you can do so many different asanas, you can do whatever you want. But the one thing which you can't do and which nobody can do is overcome the mind. And the mind is called the god of perception. He is the super god of perception. Now think what I am saying. The rest of the organs of perception, what are they called? Indriyas. And the god of Indriyas is Indradev. So if you actually look at it, the mind is this Indradev who, like I said, is a very, very slippery character. You take your mind into consideration. Do you know whether you can control it? It is impossible to control. Okay? Now, if you are a young man, you are not going to keep your eyes to yourself. You want to look at everything that is happening around you. Anything that is enticing you, you want to get into it. If you have a phone, do you know, you will not even wait for anything. It will go tick, 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 tick. You will keep on doing that and just You should see the kind of things that people do. There are so many channels, I should not call them channels, there are so many ways of looking at these videos nowadays, the small videos that they say reels and something, short videos. Earlier we had time to see 1 hour long videos and all in YouTube. Now there are 30 seconds and all that. So they keep on swiping, tick, like that. It's too many of them. And they are so many that you can't keep your eyes on anything. Now do you understand how your mind starts reacting to everything? The games. There are so many games in the marketplace. All these games are so attractive that people cannot leave them. Alright? So that is controlled by the mind. Can you say, I am not going to watch? I don't think so. Unless and until your phone goes bust, you will still be watching it. Even if you get up in the middle of the night, you will still be doing the same thing. Accept it. That is your mind at play. Your mind is such a dicey one. And now do you understand why I call it as the Indradev? And Krishna says, I am that Indra also. Now imagine, this is what Krishna is telling you. I am the perception, the organ of perception, the king of perception, mind also. I am also Indra. I am the Samved. I am the consciousness, the life energy in living beings. That which gives us the life. That which keeps us ticking. I am also that. Now we go to the next verse. Chapter 10, verse 23. Among the 11 Rudras, I am Shiva. And among the Yakshas and the Rakshasas, I am the Lord of riches Kubera. Among the 8 Vasus, I am the God of fire. And among the mountains, I am the Meru. Again, the highest amongst them all. Among the Rudras. Rudras are those angry gods, not angry birds, angry gods. They are the gods of destruction. They destroy everything. They burn everything down. They destroy everything. Among them, who is the super boss there? Shiva. Shivji is the super boss. So he says, I am also Shiva. Alright? Now among all these demons and all the deadly guys that are there in this world, the Yakshas and the Rakshasas, who is the highest amongst them? You know very well, Kubera. He sits with the pot of gold. It's a very rich guy. Poor Vishnu is always indebted to him. Because he had to go and ask for money from him. When he wanted to marry Padmavati over there, in South India there is a temple, Tirupati, Balaji. As a Balaji he wanted to marry Padmavati. Poor fellow had no money, so he had to go and ask Kubera. Even today, he is still collecting money in the hundi over there. You know that. So, Kubera is the super boss of all these Yakshas and Rakshasas. They sit on money. You will wonder why. Haven't you heard this phrase, money is the root cause of all evil? That is the reason why. Money is evil. It is Rakshasi. Literally tell you. If you have little also, it is going to be very dangerous. So you better be careful. You know how it is. It's such a terrible thing. Little money also can destroy your happiness. Yesterday I was reading about this, that the wife of the founder of Amazon, she divorced him some time back and she got some 75 billion or something like that. And now she has gone and married one school teacher. $75 billion school teacher. Doesn't that sound very funny? So now just imagine you are the school teacher and you get $75 billion. What are you going to do with it? Money is the root cause of all evil. Remember this. With money, there is a lot of evil that follows. The Rakshasi Vritti follows, sir. The more the money, the more the Rakshasi Vritti. You have to understand. There was one person in Singapore, okay, Now, I was reading about it. Now, suddenly in his bank account, he got some $200,000. Big amount of money. $200,000 is very large sum for a person who is, who is a sweeper or something like this. Very small guy. He was cleaning, the bank cleaner or something like that, I think. And suddenly he saw money coming into his bank account. And he said, I don't know where this money is coming from. So just let me spend and spend and spend and spend and spend. And he started spending. He bought himself all new stuff, new phones, new this thing, new that thing. And he went and gambled also. Now think about it. The vritti, this particular nature, the nature of gambling, where does it come from? Money. Money. That's it. One day I went to one casino. Okay. And it was very funny for me. See, I have seen casinos in films. But now I was seeing a casino from inside. And it looks so shiny with everybody, all Chinese people playing. This was in Hong Kong. Okay, they were all playing over there, all different games. I thought I should take one picture because, see, you can't play, no money, so you can't play. So I said, at least I will take one picture. The moment I took the picture, that fellow comes over there, sir, you're not allowed to take picture. So it was very funny. So I said, okay, I'm very sorry, and I walked out of that place. So it was so funny. And people literally gamble away everything. Money. Do you understand? The reason why they come to Hong Kong, do you know the Hong Kong market, which is basically what we call as the gambling market, is richer than even the Las Vegas. Why? Because the Chinese people are much more richer. And for them to come over to Hong Kong is easier. It's close by, So they come over there in the morning, they will play and they will go back in the evening. And they come to buy stuff, by the way. It's supposed to be cheaper over there. I don't know whether it is cheaper or not, but that is how it is going to be. So they play so much, a lot of gambling. So this was on the side note. So what is Krishna telling you? That I am the Kubera also. Alright. Kubera is also Krishna. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Did you? I'm just joking, okay? So, among the 8 Vasus, I am the god of fire. So there are all these Vasus, okay? Among them, the highest is the fire. Fire is the one thing burns everything down. So the highest god over there is called the fire. See, there are a couple of gods which are there in the Vedas, in which the highest god is supposed to be the fire god. Alright? Among the mountains, I am Meru. Meru is considered many a times in most of they say the churning of the ocean and stuff like that, Mount Meru they call it, They don't say Himalayas. Himalayas is different, Meru is different. Meru is supposed to be somewhere in the center of India. I don't know where it is, okay? Some people say that the Tirunamalai mountain is also Meru. Some people will say it is in Sri Lanka. Some people will say it is in the central of India. We don't know where it is. But it is Mount Meru. Mount Meru is responsible for the highest mount. Okay? Right. So we move to the next verse. So you are doing chapter 10, verse 24 from the Bhagavad Gita. See, I'm going fast, isn't it? And it's faster than what I normally... You must be bored otherwise. So at least this time we are going faster. Among the priests, Arjuna know me to be their chief Brihaspati. Among warrior chiefs, I am Skanda. And among the reservoir of waters, I am the ocean. Yes, ocean is bigger than any water body. You should know that. If I take a lake and a river and all, bigger than that is the oceans. So I am the ocean. It says, among the generals of all the armies, who is the highest general of all? Skanda. Skanda is Kartik Swami, okay, the son of Shivji. He is the general of all the armies of gods. So he is the one who fights. You must have seen him with that peacock and that, that pointy stuff. In most of the South India temples, they have them. Kartik Swami is praised more or less and prayed to more or less in south more than in the north. In the north they don't have that many Kartik Swami temples. In the south there are, I think in most of the temples they have a Kartik Swami over there. That's the general of the gods, that is why. And among the priests, the highest among the priests. Who is the highest among the priests? The gods have their priest. Like we have our priest. Most of you people, those who are Hindus, will have their local priest, Somebody, he will come and do your puja in your house and all that. And naturally, you consider him as the whole sole authority for everything. You want to find out the dates and all, you go to him. Isn't that what you do? So all the gods also, they also have to do this kind of prayers and all this kind of things. So they have a priest. And that priest is called Brihaspati. Like this way, here we have Brihaspati. The demons, all these dangerous guys, they have their priest also. You think they should not have? They also have. And he is very strong, very, very strong. His name is Shukracharya. We have Brihaspati on one side, Shukracharya on the other side. So you should remember that. And among the, okay, right. So now we move to the next verse. We are doing chapter 10 from the Bhagavad Gita, verse 25. Among the great seers, I am Bhrigu. Among words, I am the single syllable Om. Among sacrifices, I am the sacrifice of Japa. And among the immovables, the Himalayas. I was just telling you, Himalayas is not mentioned, as far as the mountains are concerned. But here he is saying it. Immovable mountains is the Himalayas. The great seers. The seers. Seers means all those who are knowledge based. And see, S-E-E, seer. Seer means the one who can see ahead. What it? See, those who know the truth, the knowers of truth are the seers. They can see the truth. See, that is how the word came into the picture. The seers, the sages, sage. So among the sages, who is he? He is saying, I am the one who is called the Bhrigu, the guy who kicked him. Okay, so I am that also. Among the words, I am the single word Om. Om is the primordial sound. So he says, yes, I am also the primordial sound. Among sacrifices, I am the Japa. You keep on doing the Japa, isn't it? Some of you may be doing, some of you may not be knowing what a Japa is also. So Japa is the repetition of the same word, Suppose you are given one word by your guru, or suppose you have seen somewhere, or you go to all these temples and all, maybe somewhere you will get they call it the Maha Mantra in ISKCON and all. So they will say Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. You have to keep on saying this continuously, while twirling your beads. If you have beads, those beads which you twirl, yeah, you can do that. Or you can keep on saying Ram, Ram. It doesn't matter. If you want to say Krishna, Krishna also, that is also fine. If you want to say Om Namah Shivaya, that is fine. You want to say Om also, that is fine. Whatever suits you, okay. But these mantras are useless. Why? Because still they are not charged. CHARGED, charged. You see, it's like a battery which is useless. I have a Tesla car and I don't have a charge in the battery. What is the use of that fancy Tesla car? Tell me. No use, isn't it? It's exactly like that. So I've got to have a charge in that. And that charge is done by the Guru. The Guru gives a charged mantra. It is the mantra which he will give it to you in your ear. That is why it is called the Kan mantra. So when he gives that Kan mantra, you have to continuously say that. A time will come in your life where you don't have to say it with your mouth. It is going to be repeating inside your heart, tick, 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 like your heartbeat. It goes on and on and on and on and on. It's like, it's a never-ending japa. Japa is the repetition of the same mantra over and over again. So this is what he says. And among the immovables, the Himalayas. See, till we don't get to the point where there is pure adhyatma involved, the pure teaching is involved, I'm just going to go through, okay? So he says, chapter 10 from the Bhagavad Gita, verse 26. Among the trees I am Ashwatha, the holy fig tree. Among the celestial sages, Narada. Among Gandharvas, Chitraratha, and among the Siddhas, I am the sage Kapila. Now, among the trees, the Ashwatha tree. The Ashwatha tree is supposed to be the most favorite of the gods. The reason why he says it's the favorite of the gods is because the whole earth was burning a lot after, Narsimhadev. He put his fingers inside Hiranyakashipu and tore it out. It was all burning. So his wife, she made a lamp out of these leaves and then gave it to him. So I believe that is how the story came about. That tree became quite famous, the fig tree, they say. And then among the celestial sages, Narada. Narada is the only guy who is allowed to go from one place to the other. The rest of the people are not even allowed. Brahmaji or Vishnu or somebody, they can't go to other people's heavens. The only person who has got this ability to jump from one place to the other is Narada. Plus he is the celestial divine sage. He has got permission for anything. He can go anywhere. He can talk to anybody. There is no restriction for him, even if he goes and talks to the devil himself. Alright? So that is the thing that is there. So, among the sages, the Narada. Among Gandharvas, the Chitraratha, the musicians. You see all these music people that are there, they have their own heavens. I had always told you, they also have their own heavens. And their heavens is called the Gandharva Loka. The singers, the artists, people who draw, who are in the art world, different art worlds that are there. Actors, players, those kind of people, music players, okay? They come from one domain called the Gandharva Loka. Among them, Chitraratha is the highest of these sages, this Gandharva. So he says, I am that. Then among the Siddhas, I am Kapila. Kapila Muni was the first avatar which Krishna had taken. In the Bhagavatam, I had given you the entire story of Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni was supposed to have told the entire scriptures, the scriptural, spiritual truth to his mother. Prior to that, the women were not allowed to delve in the spiritual matters. But after the advent of Kapila Muni said that equality amongst everybody, and that is the reason why he went ahead and taught his mother. So that even the women folks will be able to reach what is called as moksha, liberation. So by scriptural truth, the spiritual truth that is known, a person can reach the final destination. The final destination is called the moksha. You can get dissolved in it. So, I am the Kapila Muni also. We go to the next verse, chapter 10. Verse 27, among horses, know me as the celestial horse Uchishrava, begotten of the churning of the ocean, along with nectar. Among mighty elephants, I am the Airavata. Among the men, the king. So he is giving three more examples. The first one is of the Uchishrava, the horse that belongs to again Indradev only. The Airavata elephant also belongs to Indradev, okay? Uchishrava is the ultimate horse. I'm sure you have seen Krishna's horses, those beautiful ones. The white horse that is there. That is Uchishrava. And there are three more. Now we come to the elephant, the highest of the elephant. It is called Airavat. Alright. In Karnataka, all these buses, they are called Airavats. And amongst men, the king. The king. Well, amongst all the people, who is the highest? The king only. During ancient times, the king was the highest. Now, today's day and age, you can say prime minister, president or something like that. But even then, higher than the prime minister in England, there is a queen. There is no king just now at this moment, but there is a queen. And very shortly, we will have the king also. Right. So, I hope you got that. Now, we go to the next verse, which is verse 28. Chapter 10, verse 28. Among weapons, I am the thunderbolt, the Vajra. Among cows, I am the celestial cow, Kamadhenu. I am Kandarpa, the regenerative passion, which leads to procreation. Among serpents, I am Vasuki. Among weapons, what am I? The thunderbolt. Even in the other mythologies from the different places, they have seen thunderbolt. A fellow swings that in the in all these Avenger movies also is there. He is also having a thunderbolt. So here also, who has a thunderbolt? The Indradev has a thunderbolt. I'm sure you know that. So here he says, among the weapons, the thunderbolt is the highest. Among the cows, I am the celestial cow, Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu is a cow which can give you endless supply of whatever you want. That is the reason why the avatar of Parshuram came into the picture. If those who don't know about it, let me tell you. Parshuram came into the picture because of this cow. His father got killed, and that fellow who killed him, that king, he had to be chopped off. Because he had a Vardhan. The king had a Vardhan from Dattatreya. Dattatreya is my Gurudev. Dattatreya had given him a Vardhan saying that you will have the prowess of 1,000 people. You can fight with hands like as if you are fighting 1,000 people at one time. So you are called the 1,000-hand Arjuna. Okay. So this Arjuna got to be killed because he became very strong, very, very powerful. He wanted to kill everybody, including the gods. He was trying to take away the gods' kingdom also. So naturally all these folks, all the gods, Brahma, Vishnu and all, they all went to Dattatreya and said, Gurudev, what is this you have given this world? This fellow is a naughty guy. He is killing everybody, he is destroying this whole earth. So what are we to do? Dattatreya said, I have also given an upshap, basically something to remedy the situation. And the remedial situation is that I am going to be born. And I am the only one who can kill him. And that is why Dattatreya's avatar, which is also one of the avatars of Vishnu there, Vishnu. That avatar was born. And this avatar was Parshuram. Parshu means axe. Ram who has the Parshu. Other one is Sri Ram. Sri Ram is different, Parshuram is different. That is also an avatar of Vishnu. This is also an avatar of Vishnu. So he went and chopped this guy off and killed him. That is the story. So now why did it happen? It's because his father was given this cow. And this king, this naughty fellow, he wanted that cow. And he said, I am going to kidnap the cow and go away. And when he was stopped, he killed Parshuram's father. That was very dangerous. And that is why Parshuram took it on his head that I am going to kill not only him, but all the Kshatriyas together. So that is the reason why he went and challenged Sri Ram also. Yes, they had a fight and all that kind of thing, and both of them are equal avatars. So that is why there was no, okay, let us call it off. Okay, that is how it worked. So anyway, coming back to that, among the regenerative passion, this is very funny. See, the thing about it is, people want children, you want to have children, and you got to have the procreational activity, intercourses. And most of the intercourses are not on the lines of procreation. Remember this. Most of the intercourses are rather on the lines of what we call as pleasure. It's all about pleasure. But sometimes people say, I want to have a child. That is for regenerative purpose, so that you can have a baby. So this is the passion, that special ability which will give you a child. Not that other passion. Please remember, don't mix these two together. That passion is Kamdev, which is also an avatar, by the way, of Krishna. Kamdev is also an avatar of Krishna. But this is called Kandharpa. Okay, this is a different one. And among the serpents, I am the Vasuki. Vasuki is the guy who got churned, That long rope which they use for churning, you have seen in most of the villages and all, they will have that central that stick in the middle, and then they churn both sides like this, like this. It's like the tug of war kind of a thing. But you churn it. That is the snake. Okay? But he is also a very kind guy. Alright? But don't try to meet him anywhere. Alright? So now we will move to the next verse. Chapter 10, verse 29. Among Nagas, I am the serpent god Ananta. Among Varuna, the lord of the aquatic creatures. Among the mains, I am Varuna, the lord of aquatic creatures. Among the mains, I am Aryama, and the head of the Pitris, and among the rulers, I am Yama. Yes, this is also what you should know. He says the Nagas. Nagas are the gods, snake gods they call it. Among the snake gods, the highest god amongst them is called the Anantashesh. The guy on whom Vishnu is sleeping, you have seen Padmanabh Swami and all the other forms, they are sleeping on that snake. He's having that hood on top like this, and there's a coil on which the god is sleeping. The Vishnu avatar of his. That particular snake is Anantashesh. Now, Ananta is that Naga god. So, yes, among the serpents I am that. The creatures from the sea, their god is Varun Dev. So, I am that. Among the mains means the dead guys, dead people. I see dead people, like that, the dead people. So all the dead people, their super boss is called Aryama. He's the head of all the dead guys. The Pitras. We have that Pitra Paksha and all that kind of thing. The dead people's ceremonies are that are there. People go to the graves and all that. They give one small mudhi of rice or something outside so that the crow comes and eats it away. I'm sure you have done that. If somebody is dead from your family, you have seen that happen. That, Pitradev, we call it. Amongst them, the highest is Aryama. Among the rulers, I am the Yama. Can anybody beat Yama? When he comes with that black, they call it Reda. I don't know what to call it in English. I think buffalo, is it? So when he comes with that, finished, you're dead and gone. I met him, by the way, one day. This happened in 2001. I met him over there in the hospital, and I asked him, I said, hello, how are you? I did my namaskar to him, and I thought he had come for me. But then he said, no, not you, the other guy. I said, okay, thank you so much. See, at that time, I was a little bit afraid of, I was wondering, why is he come? I just come into this place, I am just born. I've just taken up this position. He's like the ticket checker, hey, ticket, like that. So he was not talking to me, he was talking to the other guy. So he came for the other guy and took him away. And yes, and he said, no, you can sit on this place now. You have seen that, Most of these ticket checkers, what they do, they will remove the guy from there and they'll put somebody else in that place like that. It's a joke, okay? Don't take it too seriously. See, this is going on and on, so I'm sure you must be thoroughly bored by now, because he just keeps on saying, I am this and I am this, 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 I am this. So yeah, he is also Yama, the god of death. So we go to the next one, chapter 10, verse 30. Among the Daityas, I am the greatest devotee, Prahlada. And of calculators, I am the time. Among quadrupeds, I am the lion. Among birds, I am Garuda. So these are the highest amongst all these. Daityas. Daityas are the demons. Okay. Aditi, remember? Diti. Aditi got all the gods, and Diti, she got all the Daityas. The word Diti, the mother of Daityas. Daityas are the demonical childs. Everybody has got a demonical child in their family, sir. You may be one of them. Who knows? Okay. So you may be coming from Diti's side. Alright. Aditi's sides are the godly kind. They're the quiet fellows. They don't do a lot of mischief. But the one from the Diti's side, they create all the dhamal in this world. So yes, these people, those who are born, amongst them, the good guy. The good guy is called Prahlada. You have heard about Prahlada's story. Now this Holi is around the corner. I'm sure you know Holi is that burning which is going to happen in a couple of weeks' time, maybe a week, 2 weeks, I think. I think so. I don't remember now when Holi is there. Mm, I think it's on 28th, 29th, I think. All right. So at that time they burn those fire. The power is gone. So we'll wait for 1 minute and after that the power will come. There we are. So the power is back. See? Even the light is bored with me. Alright. So among the Daityas, I am the Prahlada. Among the calculators, I am the time. You see, one thing which we got to be all scared of, all the human beings are scared of this most dangerous thing, and that is called time. We hardly have time. And sometimes we have so much of time in hand that we don't know what we are supposed to do. So think, time is the calculator. Then among the quadrupeds, four-legged animals, I am the lion. Yes, there are other legged animals. You have seen, no, various other quadrupeds. Like we have, the dog is there, the cat is there, the cow is there. But among them, who is the biggest, the strongest? The lion. Among birds, I am Garuda. Garuda is his Vahan. Alright, so we go to the next verse. We are doing chapter 10, verse 31. Among purifiers, I am the wind. Among wielders of arms, I am Sri Ram. Among fishes, I am the alligator. Among streams, I am the Ganga. So among purifiers, I am the wind. The wind comes and blows away all the dirt away. I'm sure you have seen that. And wind clears up the air. You see, all the Chernobyl blast and all those things, after many, many years, this place must have got cleaned out. Okay, all that radiation and stuff like that must have gone, all because of the wind. Among wielders of arms, who can be the highest of the weapon carrier? Like Sri Ram is the one who can, the best shot. Among fish, I am the alligator. Do I have to tell you? Among streams, I am Ganga. So among the rivers, I am the best river in this whole pantheon, and that is Ganga. So we go to the next verse, chapter 10, verse 32. Arjuna, I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creations. Of all knowledge, I am the knowledge of the soul. Among disputants, I am the right type of discussion. Now, this is the verse which we had done earlier also. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creations. Yesterday when we were doing this verse was already done. It is a repetition. You will find that Krishna says, I am eternal. So there is neither the beginning nor the middle and nor the end. It's a continuous line. So he says, you can take from wherever you want, whichever segment you take. You know, you take a segment, they call it a chord or something like that. So you take a segment, and in that segment there will be a beginning, there will be a middle, and there will be an end. So you can select whichever segment you want. I am always there in all the segments. So that is why. Of all the knowledge, I am the knowledge of the soul. And this is something which you need to know. What is it that we are discussing? We are all trying to search for this divine entity called God. Isn't it? Everybody wants to meet God. And nobody has met God so far. What they meet are called what we say as demigods. What we come to know as demigods. And these demigods are all these Brahma, Vishnu and all that. They are called demigods. No, we are not talking of that. We are talking about higher than that. What is higher than that? When you have to search for God, it is mentioned in the scriptures, God is within you. Which means God is within you as what? Within you he is called the Atma, the soul. Isn't it? I mean, they say in every scripture it is mentioned, it is called the soul. And the knowledge of the soul is called spirituality. Spirituality is the subject that we are doing. We are not doing some, normal subject over here. People think this is kind of a religion and stuff like that. I'm sorry, you're mistaken, completely mistaken. We are actually studying about you. All these scriptures that we do over here is only about you. And that is why we call it a spiritual discourse, a satsang. Okay, Sat means the truth. Sangha means group of people. A group of people coming together for knowing the truth. You are sitting over here, those who are listening to the satsang, today what I am giving is called the satsang. You are trying to understand the truth. What is the ultimate truth? The ultimate truth is you are the essence of God. You are that essence of the divine. That is the truth. Alright? And because you are the essence of that divine, this divinity within you is also called as the spirit soul. You have the spirit soul, Jeev Atma inside of you, this body. Body is worthless, zero value. Once it is dead and gone, who cares for your body? Think about it. It's going back to the earth, isn't it? It's going back as dust. Your body gets burnt, your body gets thrown in some, grave. Who cares about your body? What is it that moves from your body out? It is called the spirit soul, isn't it? And that study of this spirit soul is called the study of the truth, or the study of this, what we call as the spirit, right? And that is why the subject is called spirituality, right? And that is what he is trying to say over here. Atma, Adhyatma. Got it? So next time, don't think that what I am teaching has got anything to do with any religion. There is no religion involved. It is all about the study of the Atma. That is why it is called Adhyatma, spirituality. So he says the metaphysical study of the soul. I am that. Among the disputants, the right type of discussions. See, a lot of people argue also. But those who do the right kind of a discussion, I am that. Now we go to the next verse. We are doing chapter 10, verse 33. Among the sounds represented by the various letters, I am the that is sound A. Of the different kinds of compounds in grammar, I am the copulative compound. I am verily the endless time. I am the sustainer of all, having my face on all the sides. So, among the sound, what is the first sound? Don't we do in our school A, B, C, D? Like A, A, E, E. Like that. The word A, the letter A. I am the number one A. Then he says I am the different kinds of grammar. In grammar, there is one sentence joining another sentence and there is a word in between. And all those kind of things. That is the word which is called the copulative, which brings two sentences together. That is me. Then he says, I am the endless time. It devours everything in this world, time. And the sustainer. I am the sustainer of all. I am the Vishnu, isn't it? I sustain everything and I have faces in all directions. I can see anywhere, up, down, right, north, east, south, west, everywhere. So we go to the next verse now. We are doing chapter 10, verse 34. I am the all-destroying death that annihilates all, the origin of all that are to be born. Of feminities, I am Kirti, Shri, Vak, Smriti, Medha, Dhriti, Kshama. These are basically different words which I will explain to you one after the other. Right. So, death is the final terminal one. So, I am the death also. And the origin of all. Everything which originates, I think we did this verse also. So, I am the beginning, the middle as well as the end. Correct? The death is the end. So, I am death also. The female entities. The female, that means the feminine qualities that are there. What are the feminine qualities that are there? Kirti, Shri, Vak, Smriti, Medha, Dhriti and Kshama. Now, we'll start from the reverse, Kshama. which means basically Sama. It means forbearance. Then we have Dhriti, which is fortitude, Medha, intelligence, memory, Smriti, speech, Vak, prosperity, Shri, and glory. That is called Kirti. So Kirti is glory. All that is glorious in the world, she is called Kirti. Kirtiman as we call it, isn't it? Shri. For everything, Shri is also Lakshmi, isn't it? The word Shri means, basically over here, it means prosperity. You will be prosperous. Then we have Vak. Vak means the sound that comes from your mouth. Vak. We say the word Vakya also, isn't it? Vakya means a sentence, right? So Vak. Vak means the sound, the goddess of sound. That is speech. Then we have Smriti, memory. I don't have to tell you that. Intelligence, Medha. Fortitude, Dhriti. And forbearance, Sama. Now we go to the next verse. We are doing chapter 10, verse 35. Likewise, among the Shrutis that can be sung, I am the Brahat Sama. Among the Vedic hymns, I am the hymn known as Gayatri. Among the 12 months of the Hindu calendar, I am the month Margshirish. Among 6 seasons, I am the spring season. This is also very excellent. He says, among the Shrutis, I am the Brahat Sama, the highest among the Shrutis. Shrutis, if you remember, Shruti and Smriti. Shruti means the one which you can sing, the singing part. The Vedic hymns, I am Gayatri. Gayatri mantra, people do the Gayatri mantra. I think most of the Hindus know what Gayatri mantra is. The Gayatri mantra is continuously said by Hindus. That is the highest. 12 months of the calendar, Margashirsh is supposed to be the best. Basically, it comes at the end of the year. Among the Julian calendar, it comes to the end of the year. So that is the Margashirsh Mahina. Among the 6 seasons, I am the spring season. Now spring, in India we don't have spring. We have only 3 seasons. It is summer is there, winter is there, and rainy season is there. So just imagine, before the rainy season there is a spring season. Somewhere March, April it is, right? Right. So we go to the next verse now, chapter 10, verse 36. I am gambling among deceitful practices. I am the glory of the glorious. I am the victory of the victorious, the resolve of the resolute, the goodness of the good. So here, the worst practice on earth, deceitful practice, where everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. You know, gambling. Even during the Mahabharata time, wasn't everybody cheating over there? They cheated even the Yudhishthir so that he could lose, isn't it? So, gambling is the worst of those qualities. He said, I am gambling also. I am the glory of the glorious. Those who are glorious people, I am the glory of theirs. The one which brings glory to mankind. I am the victory of the victorious. Those who are victorious people, the victory which is there, I am that. And the resolve of the resolute. Those who are having this resolution, yes, I will do this, that resolve is me. I am the goodness of the good. I always say you have to be the epitome of goodness. Always be that good guy. You know, the good person in this world. Be the goodness. Like that is what it is. So we go to the next verse now. This is verse 37, chapter 10 from the Bhagavad Gita. I am Krishna among the Vrishnis, Arjuna among the sons of Pandu, Vyasa among the sages, and the sage Shukracharya among the wise. Right? So Krishna is saying, I am Krishna. Among whom? The Vrishnis. He is coming from this particular race called the Vrishnis. So among them, who is the highest? Krishna himself. Among the Pandu sons, 5 sons were there. Who was the highest amongst them? Arjuna. So he says, I am Arjuna also. Among the sages, who is the one who wrote all those scriptures down? Vyasdev. So I am Vyasdev. And among the sages, this is the one which I was talking about. The sage, the one who is the boss of all these demonical characters, Shukracharya. So I am Shukracharya among the wise. Now please understand, wisdom is connected to the demons also. So don't be under the impression that the demons are not wise, okay? The demonical characters, they have more wisdom than all the normal beings. So we go to the next verse. Chapter 10, verse 38. I am the subduing power of the rulers. I am the righteousness in those who seek to conquer, of things to be kept secret. I am the custodian in the form of reticence, and I am the wisdom of the wise. So, the power of the rulers. I am that. Righteousness among those who seek to conquer. There are two kinds, either righteous or unrighteous. I am the righteous one. Of things to be kept secret. You see, there is somebody who is going to be keeping the secret. Now, you know the secret formula is kept by, even they carry in the United States, they carry that bag with them. I'm sure you have seen the secret agents. That, like that. So, this is that reticence and the wisdom of the wise. The wise people have wisdom. I am the wisdom. So we go to the next verse. We are doing chapter 10, verse 39. Arjuna, I am even that which is the seed of all life. For there is no creature moving and non-moving which can exist without me. So I am the seed of everything. So there isn't a single thing in this planet Earth which doesn't have me as the base. So in every creature, whether it's the animals, the birds, the trees, the plants, you name it, everything, the fishes and everything has me as the seed. The next verse, verse 40, chapter 10. Arjuna, there is no limit to my divine manifestation. This is only a brief description of me to the extent of my glory. So here, I have literally ran through the whole chapter now to tell you that, see, I'm telling you in brief. Krishna is also telling you in brief, isn't it? He just told him, He's telling Arjuna, see now, I'm telling you in brief, this is what I am. Got it? So I have given you so many examples. I'm all these things. You can just take it like that. The verse 41, chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita. Every such being is as glorious, brilliant and powerful. Know that to be a part manifestation of my glory. Anything which is the highest, anything which is the best, anything which is glorious, everything which shines, everything which is wonderful, which is number one, which is the topmost, please remember, I am very much in that. So you will find that there are sages and saints. So among the sages and saints, I am there in them also. So we come to the last verse from chapter 10. This is verse 42. Or what will you gain by knowing all this in detail? Arjuna, suffice to say, I hold the entire universe by the fraction of my yogic power. Now do you understand why I ran through the whole chapter? Krishna is saying, why do you want to know all this? Who I am, what I am. Just know I am the super boss of everything. Anything that happens in this world, I am the reason there. I am the main thrust. I am the framework of everything. I am to be found in every activity. Sentient, insentient, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter where. Every place I am there. So please understand, since I am there in every place, what are you trying to ask me? Arjuna, there is no point in asking me these questions. Where are you? What are you? You put your finger in anything, I am there in that as well. But I am having my highest potency in the best amongst that. That is why I told you the best amongst everything. You take it as a horse, you take it as an elephant or whatever. I am the best amongst them. Please remember this. And all this whole thing, I hold it with a little fraction of my yogic power. I have tremendous powers at my beck and call and command. All these universes, the entire creation is literally a small dot at my feet. Did you get the point? The whole universe is handled by a fraction, a very, 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 very tiny fraction of my powers. So don't bother about asking me what powers I have. I have immense powers which you can't even dream of. So we have come to the end of this chapter. Thus in the Upanishads sung by the Lord, the science of Brahma, the scriptures of yoga, The dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna is the 10th chapter entitled The Yoga of Divine Glories. So these were the divine glories of Sri Krishna. We have come to the end of chapter 10. We will be starting chapter 11 the next time, tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be beginning this next chapter because naturally Arjuna has more questions. Like you have questions. Okay, you told me all these things. Now what? So we will see now what. All right. So take care. Have a great evening. I'll see you all tomorrow.